Well, it's interesting, Matt, because you hit on something that Ant and I hit on a lot. Assume good motives, right? People really do, I think, agree on the proper ends of all kinds of different policies, right? We have certain goals that we would all like to see come about. But at the same time, and this causes some fundamental friction, at the same time, you see despotic souls in the form of governors, right? Governors who just want to rule. And that's probably not the best approach for exactly the reason you point out. In New York, the needs of Syracuse and the needs of Manhattan are radically different. If you back out to the nation as a whole and maybe think about the things that the president utters from time to time, where I live in Tucson, where Ant lives in Pittsburgh, and where some of our friends live in Los Angeles, radically different needs. And yet here we sit. Telling politicians that they should really take a step backwards, take a deep breath, and admit that they don't know much is difficult. It's not a lesson that they want to learn. It's not words that are typically said to them. And I think that's right where most of our problems come from. You ask, would we rather see more cooperation? Well, yeah, of course we would. What else would we want? Coercion, as Ant says, is necessary, but it's only necessary at certain times and in very specific ways. And we overshoot that consistently, right? People get afraid and they're terrified right now and they just want an answer. But an answer is never what you need. You need a series of answers.
And stop for a moment and look at some of the cooperation that's going on. So almost immediately, businesses that could started delivering on the doorstep. So just today I had to order something from Best Buy. They've got the whole thing set up. I order it online. I drive up in my car. Somebody brings it out to me, right? And off I go. Stores, grocery stores have started this business about setting aside early hours for the elderly, where if you're young, you're not allowed to come in. And the point is that this is the point of day where the store is cleanest. All of these solutions are spontaneous order. The government didn't come in and say, do this. Businesses that cared as much about saving lives as politicians purport to looked at their situation and said, this is the best way I can make this happen. And they did what they did. And to the extent that we hold back on coercion, we give people and businesses the maximum ability to come up with unique solutions like that.
And it's fascinating, too, because I think that elderly hour that the grocery stores have put in place is fascinating. But here's the thing. That started with one store in one place. I have no idea what store it was or where that was. But it was a great idea, and it spread like wildfire throughout one industry. Right? Yeah. And I like that sort of thing. Because, look, everybody had a choice, and they all chose that because that was the best option at the time under the circumstances. Had the government come in with a sledgehammer, I don't know that we would have gotten anything approaching as good an answer.